Hello, guys. Welcome to episode 3 of the Cubecast.
Yeah.
Today we have got our usual cast, myself, Zombie Death. We got Michael, SillySausage,
Yo.
and we have
Yo.
Tom, Sherlock.
Hello.
No special guest.
No special
Not that.
guest.
Not that. Not that
Not
Tom
today.
isn't special. He's special, but he's not a guest.
Shut up.
That's the way it works. Rightio, so I've got quite a few. Okay, let's get the elephant out of the room first. This is extremely late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry about that, guys.
Well,
I reckon
sorry
most of
about
it's
that.
most of it would be my fault because I haven't been, home.
most of it's his fault, but it's sort of everyone's fault.
Yeah.
So
As
it is
in, out of
Zombie's
us
fault.
three.
Oh, shut up, Sherlock. We've already
I've
established
already
it's my
did it.
fault. You don't need to say it again,
I don't know, rub it in.
you
don't know me.
jerk.
Anyway, so now that that's out of the way, we do have a lot of topics prepared. Hopefully we get through them all. I don't really know where to start. We've got so many. We've got a few from you guys, the viewers.
Das Viewers.
Das viewers.
Das Viewers.
Um,
I reckon we should start off with the newest announcement.
Yeah,
I
I was
reckon
thinking that too.
what's that?
Steam.
the Steam universe.
I think
reckon-
you want to start on that because it's got something to do with Steam
Yeah, and
Well,
Half-Life.
to be honest,
and Half-Life.
no, but I mean, like, basically, most of our viewers would be a PC gamer,
Aware.
right? So they're going to be using Steam most of the time, and I mean, like, half the people on our community only play COD, so not really,
True
I'm not
that.
going to say they're all like, hey, we only play COD and stuff, so, but like, most of them don't really go out of that zone. Like, I
Yes,
mean,
that
you
is
got.
true.
I mean, you guys didn't even know about badges until I was like, hey guys, we've got badges. And you're like, whoa, badges!
Excuse me, I participated in the Steam beta. Go check my channel. I have the badge for that.
You've got that Steam
Mr.
cred,
Yeah.
Steam street cred.
Mr.
Tom, the amount of people that care about it can be counted on one hand.
Alright, so what's the go with all these announcements?
Okay, so
How's it all working?
the newest one, which was announced this morning at 3 a.m., would have
That's
been...
Steam time, everything's
sti-
at 3 a.m.
No.
Yep.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yep.
Steam Machines,
1 a.m. here,
which
but
is
whatever.
basically, I guess you could say your Steam box, but so far they're saying that there's not just like a single, so it's not just like the PS4 where it's just like this single machine. They're gonna bring out a lot of different types. So you, judging by the picture on the thing, they could be like
Yeah.
a block, or they could be flat. They different shapes and sizes depending on.
Are they different, do they have different aspects, different capabilities?
Well-
or are they all...
they-
just-
Judging by this, they said there's going to be different ones of like different hardware and whatnot. Because they're all like basically Linux, source of
operating
Linux.
systems and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you can put your own software on. So if you didn't like if you didn't like SteamOS, which we'll talk about in a second, I guess you could put on Windows 7, or you could,
yeah.
put on Mac.
So they're sort of
I
like...
don't know.
So
They're
is it
sort
more
of...
like a PC or is it more like a console?
Um,
I think they're sort of blurring the lines.
Yeah, it's basically an open sourced console slash, because consoles are basically a PC, but they're a closed PC. Like you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
do
yeah.
anything to them. So this
Yeah.
one, they're allowing you to modify a lot of it. Like they're saying here, where was it? That you can
So
just
really what they're trying to do is sort of blur the line between console and PC gaming. And sort of make it more, sort of get the benefits from both of them. And
Yeah,
make
and put 'em
something
in one.
new and better. Yeah,
Yeah.
bigger and better than both.
Yeah.
pretty much. And the thing is, like, I think it's pointed towards casual gamers that
Yeah.
also prefer PC. Because, like,
Yeah.
I know before I had, my computer and my laptop, not everyone's got, like, $2,000 to spend on,
Yeah.
a high-end PC gaming rig.
Yeah.
So,
And
I'm
that's
not sure...
that's sort of the downside of PC gaming is the price.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can bring that down, but also sort of keep its benefits, then it could be an interesting employee. Like, I don't know how it's going to go. I don't think it'll be as big as Xbox and PS4 and PC, obviously, but It might take a. It'll see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah. See, and something in their like FAQ, they've got, can I hack this box, run another operating system, change the hardware, install my own software, use it to build a robot, and they just said sure. So basically, you can just do anything. So it's pretty much just a computer, but in a smaller box.
Valve are pretty good at that too, like the
Yeah.
sort of open sourcing, like do what you want,
Yeah,
like modify your own stuff.
it's sort of their niche
Yeah, it's
market.
sort of there. Yeah,
Um,
and like
The whole.
so
going
yeah, and,
sort of.
um,
Sorry, you go.
No, you go, Sherlock.
No,
You
no,
know,
you go.
No,
I'll go.
No, you go.
Michael,
There you go.
stay out of this, mate. It's between me and Sherlock. Okay.
Mine was about something different, so you just keep going with what you.
Oh,
were
okay.
saying.
What was I gonna say?
Sherlock, you go. You go.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
go,
was just going
Sherlock.
to talk about the family sharing aspect.
Oh yeah. Well, I signed up for the beta for that, and apparently there was some update for it today, but I don't actually know where to look for it.
all right.
So I think I might have to log on to as another account and see something, but I don't actually know what's what.
So
There's-
do we know more about how that works now? Like, does it share your whole entire library, or just certain aspect,
I
like
think-
certain games, or?
By the sounds of it, you're kind of lending your game to someone. So I think you can't use that game while they're playing
no,
it.
that would be fair enough.
So I think you like if you don't have, I don't know, Alan Wake, I'd just lend that to you, and
And
you
what-
could play that
yeah.
for as long as you wanted, I guess.
And
then
during
I
that
could,
time, you couldn't.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's interesting. What I would personally really like is just to be able to sell games. Like
to other
used
people.
games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
I don't
that's-
even care. Oops, that's
Yeah.
my phone. Sorry. I don't even care if I don't get like a good price for them. My OCD just wants my Steam library really clean. Any games that I don't want,
yeah,
just get out of there.
yeah. No, yeah. I do like that idea. I never really thought about that before.
I guess they
Think,
could do it like
sell
like I know what they've done. They've pretty much like you don't actually own the game. It's a license at the moment.
Yeah,
So you own a license to play this game, but it's not actually yours.
Yeah.
So
I remember Lefty from the PK8 podcast really, I think it was him, really hating that idea.
well, I
of,
know.
like,
I think it's
you
in
buy
Eu-
something but you don't actually own it.
I think
Yeah.
it's. I think it's a.
yeah.
I
I
think
don't
it's
like that
Germany.
idea too.
They've got a law, and the government I think tried to do something because of the whole you can't resell your games or
Yeah.
something along the lines of that. But I'd really like to see it like if it was on the market where you've done your thing and you don't want to play it anymore, so you can give that license to someone else, and the Steam or the publisher or developer gets, I don't know, 15 or 20% of
Yeah,
how much. So you only get a small portion of.
exactly. Like, 'cause
So
the
I don't
problem-
see a problem with that, but
Yeah,
I mean,
the problem with that would be people like, or from a business point of view, if people were say buying, say Bioshock, which is a $70 game, then selling it for like $10. So maybe if they implicated something where like they actually had a set limit, like a set price, if you want
Yeah.
to sell pre-owned games or something, maybe that would work out better instead of people actually choosing their own prices. Like maybe that would help them control the DRM a bit better. I don't know.
So-
I reckon you could do it, but you'd have to balance it out. Like there'd be so much balancing with that. They'd have to put so much time and effort into that it just might end up being pointless.
Yeah.
So is that all the announcements that we've had?
And then we've
Still
just got
want more.
SteamOS, which
Nice.
is basically just a new operating system which is running off of Linux. You've got in-home streaming, so I'm not sure how this is going to run because they haven't really given much. But basically it says you can stream existing media from your machine. Oh, sorry, SteamOS machine can stream those games over your home network straight to your TV. So I don't know how that's going to work if your TV has to have like a Wi-Fi adapter into it or
Yeah.
something like that. I'm not sure
Yep.
how. I think most modern TVs now have some sort of Wi-Fi built
Yeah,
into
they probably
them,
do.
don't
They're pretty,
they?
pretty. They've got everything, even if you don't use it, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But you can. They're working with some media services for music, TV, and movies. So we'll probably see like Netflix. I think there's something about Spotify that's going to come. Well,
Right.
I'm surprised. I think I heard a while ago, like ages, like a couple years back, that Gabe was talking to Steve Jobs ages ago. So we might see even some iTunes, maybe.
Yep.
Then you got your family sharing and family options. So, probably with your family options, you're going to have your control, like parental control,
Finally.
and just everything else.
Oh, right. In regards to like young kids playing
Yes.
games. Right, I thought you were talking about like you have kids or something.
No.
Sherlock, you devil.
No.
But pretty much, it's just going to be your Steam client, so nothing big, But seeing that it is coming from Valve, they can just add anything to it. It's going to be. I reckon it's going to. They're stepping in the right direction. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes. Like, I'm not really sort of into the
Yeah, I'm
whole
not keen about it. Like,
thing, but I'm interested to see like where it sort of fits into the whole market.
Yeah,
See how it
exactly. I'm the
operates.
same because I'm really happy with like the whole Steam.
I probably won't
yeah,
get it
Steam's-
because
Oh, I-
you got your computer. Like I think it's for those that, as we were
Yeah.
talking about before, that can't afford a PC but want to try something else other than console market.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean,
definitely.
there's anyway, go on.
I was just going to move on to a different topic. We've been talking about that one for a while.
Okay.
Okay, next
Yep.
topic. Let's go.
Do you want to really mix it up? Like,
Yes.
tilt
Yeah.
it on its head.
Okay.
Right, this is one that I think was discussed when we were asking topics somewhere a very long time ago after the last episode. The portrayal of women in video games.
Is this a viewer request one or?
I
think,
believe it is.
I think it is as well. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. And sort of like what I'm interested is where do you guys think we are in sort of like the timeline of portrayal of women, if that makes sense? So like a few years ago, I'll sort of set the scene.
Yep.
A few years ago, it was very, very sort of I don't know what the word is. Like it's sort of a trend in fantasy games. It sort of still is for women to be like very sort of idolized as a sex object sort of thing.
I think the word you're looking here is for women were sexualized in gaming.
Yes.
I think that's the word you were looking for.
So yeah, I reckon many years ago, like early or 90s, early 2000s, that was very much the case in sort of all sort of branches of gaming. Whereas now I think they're a lot more realistic and respectful sort of situation.
Definitely.
But
I reckon
like still in fantasy like genres, I reckon it's sort of like the trend is to have like scantily clad women and
Yeah, I think it
like
just
that.
depends on the game and genre. Like, I mean, if you look at Grand Theft Auto 5, they're surely not taking, respectable or, strong or anything. But then you look at The Last of Us and BioShock
Yeah.
Infinite.
Yeah, exactly.
And even Lara Croft. Like, that's a big change from previous Lara Croft.
yeah. I was
But
really.
But even so, with the new Tomb Raider, she is sexualized quite a bit. In a lot of
She
it.
is. It's sort of really subtle. They still
Yeah, like
I
with the
think
just
I
by
think
like
they
the
have to
camera
really.
angles and stuff, like in your review.
Yeah.
Just those like really subtly placed camera angles and like.
yeah, I think they had to do that just because
That's
the
what.
Tomb Raider games
Yeah, that's kind of what
aren't
it
really.
is.
You don't think of Tomb Raider and be like, that had really good graphics. you don't think of that.
You go, damn. She's
But they
a
have
freaking
been-
badass.
Yeah, but they have been a lot more respectful
yeah,
and
exactly.
realistic with her. But still, yeah, they're still there. But that's sort of a very specific thing.
Yeah.
But like, I was playing a game. I think it was Dead Space 3.
Oh,
Which
with
you
Ellie.
Yeah, you'd think it's like this weirdest game to have sort of to sexualize a woman, but like the thing she's like the spacesuit thing she's wearing is just so like unnecessary in that game.
In
Yeah, it's sort of
Dead Space
really
2,
Out of context.
her lady parts. Can I say boobies? I'm going to say boobies. Her boobies. In Dead Space 2, they're a lot not a lot smaller, but I mean they are smaller. And in Dead Space 3, you can like if you see a side by side picture in Dead Space 3, you know you can tell they're bigger. And
Yeah, it's just sort of
it's
bizarre.
just as you said, it is unnecessary. Like it's just you know
It doesn't add anything to the story or anything really like that.
yeah.
I
I don't
just
actually
that's
know why they do it. Like I mean, it's not like you can't actually look up porn now, and you can't go, oh man, I wish there was a game out there with a chick in it with big tits. And you can actually just look up porn now. You don't actually need, you know, like back in the day with Duke Nukem, you know, you got your strip club and everything. You're
yeah,
like, oh wow, this is amazing, you know.
yeah. I think
And
sort of the social world is sort of changed, and another thing is I think it's sort of culturally different as well because I watch Good Game, the TV show, ABC TV show. I don't know if you know it, and they just do reviews and stuff. And it seems there's always Japanese games that really like unnecessarily sexualize women. So I don't know if it's also like a cultural thing with a lot of.
I reckon that's
Japanese.
definitely Japan though. Like, or you even watch their like anime and manga and
Yeah.
stuff. All
Yeah.
their whatever comes out of that country. I'm not saying it's their country, but I'm just saying like
What?
whatever you
All right.
see that is like to do with Japanese. It's you've always got like
Yeah.
your innocent schoolgirl, which is like really short skirt. You know, you got your
Yeah.
shirt that shows a lot of cleavage. You know, even Sailor Moon, which is a kids show. You know that.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
I thought for a second there when you said, I'm not saying it's their country. I'm like, you're saying they don't own their land
Yeah,
or something like.
it's
you
actually
mean-
Chinese. It's like a ruse.
All right,
Yeah,
I see.
a ruse.
So yeah, do we have anything else to say on that? Do you think we're
no,
improving? I think we are.
yeah, definitely we are. Yeah.
We're seeing a lot more female lead roles in games as well. I think,
Especially
which
like
is different.
like with Martin mentioned about BioShock. Like that's a really good example with Elizabeth. Like she's not. I can't think of one part actually where she's sexualized. She's more.
Yeah, I
like,
think there's something
She empowers the.
about.
She was. I was watching a E3 thing. I'm sure, like everyone has probably seen it. That was really interesting in BioShock. There was a E3 video of it, and it was Booker and Elizabeth going to walk up these stairs, but two thugs or whatever you want to call them came up to her, and they were like, you could actually sense some, sexualized, like they were going to do something.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And then Booker steps in and kills them both.
As you do.
As you do.
He's
But I
pretty
mean, like,
badass. Come on.
but like if they kept that in, you've got that different perspective then. Like you don't actually think, oh, she's... Because in BioShock Infinite now, she actually comes across as this strong, independent woman
Yeah.
that, you're just helping her get through, but she can actually hold herself.
Yeah. But she
Yeah.
actually helps you as well because
Yeah.
like
But if you were playing and you saw that, you were like, oh, well, maybe she's not as strong and independent as I thought, So I think they did a really good job in taking that out, because that would have, not saying that that's like helping over-sexualize or, do anything to that extreme.
But they didn't even really like touch on anything sexual in that game, which is really good.
I also want to bring out, like, with Beyond Two Souls, which is coming out for PS.
ah, yeah, that looks
I think
really
it's
cool.
I think it's coming out for 4 or 3. Anyway, one of the PSs, and you got your character that looks exactly like bloody what's her name?
Ellen Page.
That one.
Isn't it played by her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
like,
right.
I've seen a
It's PS3, by the way.
PS3. Okay. Well, there's like been a couple videos that I've seen of that, and if I can remember correctly, there's nothing to do in there. Like she doesn't, there's nothing sexual about her. She's just this average girl. That shit just happens, and it's good that that they're not over sexualizing females.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just-
I think we're definitely improving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
Definitely. So what's next on the list?
next on the old list here. It sort of moves into like sort of on the similar vein.
All right.
Are there certain like the statement I've got here is gaming community in particular games. So, as in, is there a difference between gamers depending on what they play? Like,
Oh yeah,
these,
Yeah.
you reckon?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
To a
Like,
huge degree, or
not to
Are
a
they sort of
huge
just-
degree.
just
Uh,
gamers in general?
I like back in the. I'm not sure what the COD community is like now, but back in the day, what you had your kids, you know, and then you look at the community for. I don't know what's a hardcore game like Arma 3. You're not going to have any kids on there.
No, even
And-
even Battlefield to a point's turning into a sort of like we play Battlefield, so all you COD people
Yeah.
stay away.
I've heard the Battlefield community is so
Did you hear that from Drifter's video?
bad compared to. No, I've heard it from heaps of different places.
Uh,
So bad compared to the COD thing because they
Yeah.
all think every new player is coming from COD.
yeah,
Which a lot of
yeah,
them probably
yeah.
are.
And it's as it, and apparently, and what I've heard like is just that they think that they own the game, like where the veteran Battlefield players, no one else can come into our territory and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. They're very like picky about their game, as they call it, and what types of people play their game, and
Yeah.
so I
What-
think
where do
there
you
is a
think-
difference between.
Where do you think the nicest gaming, like what game attracts the nicest sort of community?
Oh,
Online, like multiplayer online.
Gary's mod.
I don't know. It's hard to say because if there's.
There is a bit of overlap between communities as well.
Because I
so-
want to say like a co-op game, but then you've always got like in Payday 2, that's a purely co-op game.
Yeah,
But I was playing it earlier today, and you've got those people that come in, and because you don't know how to do this level, you're clearly a noob.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
I've
they
heard
just
that.
look down on you and everything. Like, even if you're lower level than them. And it's hard because you'd think a co-op game, you'd have your people that help you all the time. But
yeah.
I've always found the nicest people on, I don't know, like TF2, Counter-Strike, Left 4 Dead. Like, I'm not sure if it's something to do with Valve Games. Because
I'd
they don't
say-
really take themselves seriously. But
Yeah,
I've always just really liked the community, and like their community is always, you know, pushing new stuff out. Like they're always, you know, new maps are coming out. You know, then you've got your COD, and you've got your all little, like, oh, Mum, can I have your credit card so I can pay for this new map pack? You know,
yeah.
I just find like there's a different, I don't know how to describe it, a happier, a nicer community with. I'm not going to say like Valve Games because then that just makes me look like a fanboy. But I am a fanboy.
You
But
are,
I
yeah.
mean,
There's no denying that.
like I think I'm just rambling at the moment. But basically, Valve Games make people happier.
All right, that's
true,
the bottom
yeah.
line.
That
I'm interested to see what the people watching this, where they think the nicest community is.
yeah.
So
Single player
leave in
games.
the comments
Yes.
of these
No,
videos.
But going back to what we were saying,
Single
like,
player games.
going back to what you were saying, like what Martin was saying, Valve games aren't necessarily competitive. Like Counter Strike
Yeah.
is competitive, but like that's sort of its own community, really, in a way now.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
But-
we touched on this before,
Yeah.
talking about violence in video games
Yeah.
making people violent, and we said it's the competitiveness,
yeah, the
not violence.
competitiveness, like the competitiveness
that's-
of COD and Battlefield together.
Yeah,
And I think because going back to what we were saying at Battlefield, Battlefield's more of the realistic, or that the people who play that game think it's more realistic. Therefore, they think that it's better and more superior. Therefore, they're more hostile towards anyone who thinks differently. Whereas COD's
Yeah.
a more casual thing. Like,
yeah,
but
But,
Interesting.
Good thing is like even like TF2 I think is now starting to become more
yeah, that's more
like
just-
competitive. But I mean, it's still not
Really?
losing its quirkiness. Like it's not.
Yeah,
It's not
Yeah.
taking itself seriously, but it's going into a
Yeah.
serious environment.
yeah.
but it's
Uh,
also
it's
about
interesting.
accessibility as well. Like, which games are more accessible to different sorts of people? Like, the Valve games are more accessible to younger players, I think. Like,
Yeah.
TF2 is pretty
especially if TF2 is free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's free, and it's just a word of mouth thing. If like one one kid's playing TF2, they'll tell their friends about it, then they'll all get together. But say with COD and Battlefield, you actually have to have someone paying for these things, like you were saying before, paying for the DLCs and the games and the memberships or whatever the hell they come with. But so there's a lot of different factors.
I'm interested to see what the community for Titanfall will be like.
Yeah,
that'll be that's going to be a mixture of like COD and Battlefield. People just sort of
it's going to be
trying to find something different.
I reckon a couple of Halo people will come as well, because it's sort of that kind of vein. Not so much Battlefield. I don't think they'll be playing Battlefield.
I also want to say, indie games have a good community as well.
Yeah, true.
Like, I mean, you go up to someone and say, "Oh, have you played Braid?" And they'll be like, "What's Braid?" You know, and like only those mature people would be like, "Oh yeah, I've played Braid," and it's like then they'd actually understand the value of that game.
Yeah,
Like even Fez, and you've got your Bastion as well. Like I actually haven't played Bastion, but
apparently it's good.
Really good.
Yeah,
it's really good.
And
I've never finished it, but I've liked it.
But like you wouldn't get your kids; they wouldn't be interested in that.
No.
Yeah.
You'd get your mature audience, and they'd be like, "Oh, I really appreciate what the developer's done. I'm gonna,
People do appreciate the game rather than.
Well, there's a game that's sort of forgotten about, which I reckon probably has the most cooperative and friendly community, and that would be the Minecraft community. I haven't seen any hostility at all.
I've actually seen
those communities.
I've actually seen a lot of hostility recently about it, just because I think there's a lot of kids getting into it now as well.
I've noticed that. Like, there's articles like all over the newspapers now and stuff too, saying how Minecraft's becoming like the new educational tool for kids, and people are using it in schools and stuff. So Minecraft's getting a massive showcase at the moment. But
I know a few kids that are around the age of 10, and they're obsessed with it. And I mean,
my brother plays it, and he's like 10. We never had that stuff.
Yeah,
when we were kids.
I really like Minecraft as a kid game for kids. Like I think it's
now brilliant. It is like, and when Minecraft started, it was pretty basic, but I don't think it had that sort of same.
Well, when it started, it just had blocks, and it was like
it was very basic, even more basic than it is now. But yet, now that it's more complicated, there seems to be more kids playing it and less adults playing it. Like I was more tempted. I did play a lot of Minecraft a few years ago when it first came out. See, like now, I'm really not that interested in it. I don't know if that's just because it's changed so much, or if just because of my taste in games has changed. But
I've definitely lost some interest in it.
Yeah,
I haven't played it for the past couple of updates, and I've recently updated it to go and play it. But
and it's just like too much.
Yeah.
Like for me, and I know a few other people feel the same, that it's changed so much from what Minecraft was originally. That it's almost like a different game now.
Like I actually really enjoyed it before it went publicly released.
Yeah,
I think the update before they introduced head bobbing.
Yep.
Before that, there was a certain way that I like to play it, but now like I know you can turn off head bobbing, but you've got that shadow around the edges of the screen now, and I'm like, you could probably turn it off, but I mean to me, it just like it feels different, and I haven't been able to get into it as I once did.
Well, that goes into another interesting topic, which we could talk about maybe at a later date, which is like games which like games that develop, but in a bad way. Like games need to develop, but it gets to a point where there's certain things about games that people don't want to be developed. Like,
so are we talking about false marketing here as well?
No, not false marketing. Just like not hardcore gamers, but people like me and you who played Minecraft. I'm talking about Minecraft here, using it as an example. Who played Minecraft when it first came out and was like, "Oh, this is awesome! Like, this would be so cool!" Like when they keep developing it. Yet when they do keep developing it, you sort of start to change your mind and go, "I sort of preferred the originality of how it was like when it first started."
Yeah, I'm sure I felt that way about games before, but I just can't think of any at the moment.
I actually have to say, it's sort of like, same with like, as much as I am a fanboy, but definitely Source games. Like I haven't felt the same. Like Half-Life 2 had a feel about it, but then as soon as I don't know, like Left 4 Dead 2. that felt so different to Left 4 Dead 1.
Yeah.
And, like, I could get into it, but I couldn't really.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I love, I love Left 4 Dead 2. Like, it's a really good game, but I just, couldn't get as into it as the first one.
Yeah.
Portal 2, they're starting to get a different feel to it. And I think that's just because other
I love
games...
Portal 2 though.
Same with, like, Crysis. Like, first Crysis, it had a certain feel to it. Then Crysis 2, I reckon
think it's sort of... It comes down to the first one is always good because it's the new thing. It's the groundbreaking thing. Then the others just expand on that and it becomes an old idea.
I also want to say...
What I was going to say...
Oh, sorry. No, Sherlock.
sorry.
No, go.
Yeah, and it goes on another thing, sort of like COD. Like, people want the change. Like, they go on for so long saying, oh, COD's the same thing. I'm using COD as an example again.
I couldn't have guessed, Sherlock.
It could be said about a lot of different things, is what I mean. But, like, people say that they want a change in COD. And they say that it's the same old thing. But I reckon if they made a massive radical change to COD, so much that it wasn't COD anymore, people would complain. So it's that fine line of making a game...
I don't think you can ever please everyone.
It's the same with Minecraft. People, when it first came out, would have jumped at the opportunity for it to be developed more. But when it was developed more, people sort of wish it was back to more what it was like. Which is why... For the developers, it must be hard to get that like fine line of keeping a game as original as possible, yet developing it at the same time.
I think what people want is they want so pretty much what Garry's Mod done. Okay, they've basically kept the same game through since the original Garry's Mod, but they've added small features each time. But they've also, because of it's a pretty much open source game, okay? So people can, bring their own stuff in. And now they've got the workshop, you don't need to add any more. So I think what should start happening now is developers should develop their game, but focus more on, story or graphics or something instead of new features, and make it so, it's open so it can be modifiable, and it's easy to, get mods and whatnot, and allow users to easily, say if you wanted to, I don't know, make your own mode or something, instead of having to, come out of the game and go into, your something else to download the file, then bring it across and, go into the deep depths of the file location just to find the one string in your text file and you add it to that and then you add, all this mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
And you just, shift tab, go into your little Steam overlay, go to workshop, click subscribe, and it automatically downloads.
Yeah.
And I reckon they're not trying too hard now, but I mean, it's just unnecessary where you can just have that easy accessibility
That's
and
true.
let the users play it that they want to be, like, the way they want to be, have that experience.
Yeah, immersed. But if you think like a game like BioShock Infinite, which, if you think about it, the gameplay was not that radically different from the first one. Like it.
But BioShock's more about the story.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say. The story was developed so much. Like they developed such good story from it that passed the first one. Well, I reckon.
Yeah, that's why
it was such a successful game. Like
there weren't that many new features to it. Like the only thing I can really think of is the rail thing.
Yeah, which was good, but it wasn't like a massive step up. The gameplay wasn't that groundbreaking, but the storyline and the visuals just were so immersive that people just take that for what it is.
I'm going to move us on to the next topic, which is sort of similar, so it's just going to sort of go across. And this is another fan... Well, not fan. We're not famous.
Don't make Martin a fanboy, whatever you do.
Another viewer question. And that is, what are some popular games that we didn't really connect with? So games that everyone seems to love that we just don't enjoy. So I'm going to start off with Sherlock. Sherlock, you go first. If you can think of any. If not, Martin.
So recent games that everyone's talking about? Or just in general?
Sort of in general.
I've probably got a few, but the one I can think of at the moment is maybe Assassin's Creed. This is very basic. But I'm trying to get through Assassin's Creed at the moment, and everyone was thinking it was so groundbreaking when it came out. But I'm playing the older ones, so I can't really speak for the newer ones because that's sort of what I want to be playing.
Which one are you playing? Number one?
I'm playing number
two?
two. I'm playing number 2 at the moment.
Okay.
Like the first one, I really didn't enjoy because it was so repetitive. Number 2, I sort of feels like a chore. Like I sort of have to get through it to get to the 3rd and 4th, which
I'm actually the same as you. I've enjoyed Assassin's Creed, but I've never really loved it. Like I don't understand.
It's never connected.
Yeah, no, I like them, and I think they're well-made games, but I've never really sort of.
See, I don't know, because there's a lot of games that I've started but not finished, like Dishonored. Like I started Dishonored and it was alright, but it didn't grab me so much that I wanted to finish it. Like I know I need to go back and finish it, but.
And it's a short game as well, so like.
Okay.
You should definitely.
I really enjoyed Dishonored when it first.
Yeah.
I think I just need to play it a bit more. I sort of just.
What about you, Martin? Are there any games for you?
I actually have to say, like before GTA 5, I was never into GTA. Like I could never get that whole.
See, I was going to mention GTA 2, but I haven't really played. I haven't played GTA 5, but it doesn't really interest me. Just gonna say that.
I can't look for it. I really want GTA.
Skyrim. I cannot get into Skyrim.
Oh my goodness! Why are we friends? Why are we friends?
Skyrim's a good game.
Skyrim.
I don't.
Oh,
I'm not sure if it's just because like I'm not really fond of open world games. I think I've said this before, but the only open world game I've finished, I've finished 2 now. Like I finished bloody what's it called? Fallout 3.
Okay.
I finished that like 100%, and I finished GTA 5 just like the story.
Yeah.
But I mean like I can't. I'm not sure if it's something to do with like it just takes so long. Like I know there's fast travel and everything, but I mean it just takes too long to do everything.
Yeah.
So Skyrim is definitely on there for me. Like I just can't get into it.
The thing about Skyrim for me is I wish I'd played it when it was cool, like when it first came out. See, I only got Skyrim like a couple of months ago when I got my computer. When did it come out, Michael? Was it 2011?
Skyrim was 11.
Yeah. See, I wish I'd gotten it back then when it was like talked about because I remember the hype about it and everyone was talking about it.
I've never been so excited for a game.
Yeah.
I got it. I think I got it the afternoon before release, like midnight release, and I'd pre-ordered like the one of 2 special editions from the store. They called me and said,
"You just had boy."
Yeah, they're like, "Come and get it now. You can pick it up now." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting it early." And then I got home and I installed it, and Steam's like, "This game has not been released yet. You can't play it." I'm like,
"Oh no!"
So at the stroke of midnight, I started playing it, and I stayed up all night, and then I've never been so excited about a game. Just because I loved Oblivion.
Yeah.
Still my favourite game. One really big one that I can think of for me that I wasn't really into, and pretty much all MMOs, but World of Warcraft in particular, it's like one of the biggest games ever. I've just never been interested in them at all. Yeah, I just find them so boring.
Never.
They're just so... I don't know, like, I don't see any interest in them.
I don't mean... and I don't mean to, like, be rude or like offensive to those people who do play it, but
I'm offended, Sherlock.
I don't want to be like that crowd, you know, like those people that play World of Warcraft. Like you don't really want, you don't want to be that group.
I don't really care about that, but just the gameplay, I just don't see anything entertaining about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Like I love Oblivion, and that's sort of like, you know, open world story, grandeur. I'm just dropping it again. I love Oblivion, but yeah, like I don't know what. Like, why don't? There's no catch to it for me. Like no hook.
I think
exactly.
I think the MMO that we're all waiting for is The Division.
Yes.
And I think we will all play that because everyone has friends.
I won't.
And except for Sherlock, because no one likes him.
I don't know what you're
talking about. You don't know what it is?
Is this another Tom Clancy game?
Yep, new Tom Clancy game.
Another new one? What?
Normally, hang on. Normally, they're not that good Tom Clancy games. Let's be honest.
Splinter Cell just come out? Oh no, Splinter Cell. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Tom Clancy has a lot of
Splinter Cell.
franchises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Tom Clancy does Splinter Cell,
Shut up.
Rainbow Six, heaps of other things. New one, it's like an MMO, single player, multiplayer, like, it's just brilliant. I'll send you some gameplay after this and you'll love it.
I don't like MMOs though, so
Sherlock,
no,
you
this
will
is-
like
this
this
is-
and you will
this-
enjoy it.
This isn't an MMO, don't you worry.
okay.
Well, it is, but it's not.
Okay.
I'll-
I'll watch whatever you send me.
So, are there any other games that
What?
trying to move on? that
Finish your
we
sentence.
Connect with.
Connect with
Battlefield, sort of. I don't really connect with that game much, maybe because it's not my play style.
Yeah, I go in phases with that. I love it for a
Yeah,
couple of weeks and I play
I'm
it for ages.
I'm a phasey kind of guy
Yeah.
as well.
Are you in phase?
Swag scoop.
Phase.
Yeah. Man, I'm a phase.
Rightio. This next topic is a bit more on a personal level, not like as in personal, as in
Don't touch me there.
No.
Yeah. about you.
Talking about my personal feelings.
I think I was watching. I think it was PKA once again, bringing up PKA. And they were asking, I think it was Lefty, about what jobs he's done before he did YouTube. And I was just curious, asking you guys if you want to answer it. If not, then just say, "Shut up, Michael," and let's move on.
Shut up.
What
Move on.
what jobs? What you don't even know the question. What jobs have you done, and what's your least favourite job that you've done? You probably might have only done one job, and that'll be a pretty boring story. But what's your least favourite job, and what did you enjoy about jobs? What's your favourite job that you've done? I don't know
Wait,
if
are
you've
we-
done,
What kind of jobs are we talking about here?
as in occupations that
Okay.
pay money, you work.
Well, I
Alright.
worked at Red Rooster when I was in year 9, but come on, I was year 9. Where else do you work when you're still in school?
McDonald's, bro.
yeah, McDonald's.
McDonald's
Take your
represent here. No, I've been
Yeah,
there.
let's start with Martin. McDonald's. Have you
okay.
worked anywhere other than McDonald's?
Nah, McDonald's 4 years, and I want to get out of there.
Of course you would.
Where would you want to go?
Well,
In
at the
mind?
moment, anywhere.
Yes.
I'm actually really sick of fast food at the moment, so I'm not sure. Like, I really want to go to JB Hi-Fi, like try JB Hi-Fi.
that'd be awesome.
Everyone wants Jamie Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
I tried. I went to apply there when I was hunting for jobs, probably last year, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they said I had my resume, and they said, "Can I?" I'm like, "Can I hand this in here?" They're like, "We don't take resumes. We get about 300 applications every day
Wow.
through our website, so you have to go through there." I'm like, okay. I'm not going to apply. I'm not going to get that job. So, yeah. So, what about you, Sherlock? What jobs other than Red Rooster?
Is it? But what was? Hang on. What was the question?
What jobs? have you
Is Sherlock gay?
Didn't you
That's
say what
not-
was the only? What was the jobs apart from YouTube? Before YouTube?
What?
No, the job. The question. The question is, what jobs have we had, and
Yeah.
what was our favourite, and what was our least favourite?
I said that Red Rooster.
Is that the only other job you've had
Yeah.
ever? Not that
Yeah.
YouTube is a job. I wouldn't call YouTube a job
No.
for
Yeah.
us. Well, there you go.
What
Well,
about
for
you?
me, I've had quite a few jobs.
See, I've only had
Um,
like the one I've got now and Red Rooster.
Well, I've had, if we include work experience, just because mine was funny.
Not including work experience.
I'll tell you anyway.
Damn it.
I worked at a cafe because I used to want to like run a cafe and like an internet cafe sort of thing. And that was sort of my plan.
Hook up with all
and-
them internet chicks. Good on you, Michael.
I wanted to run the cafe,
Yeah, I know your
not
game.
beat people on internet. Anyway,
We know your plan, mister.
that was a crepe cafe, and
Yep.
that were just weird people. It was hilarious. The father of the guy who like was my boss actually owned it, and he was like this terrifying figure. So like I'd be like, "Oh, my dad's coming in. Everything has to be spotless." And he would he was like a Nazi. I felt like I was being like interrogated.
Yeah.
He'd walk into the store and just like stroll around with his hands behind his back, just like with this skeptical eye on everything,
Yeah.
and just like wipe something and say, "Look, boy, dust, clean it." And like it'd like reach on top of the Coke machine, and there'd be like greasy dust, and it'd be like, "What is this?
God.
You boy, clean it."
Boy,
And it was
Boy,
so
in
bad.
it.
That's literally what it was
Wow.
like.
if
So that
we're
was
talk-
work experience.
If we're talking about work experience, just for a fun fact, I don't know if you guys have seen the Lockie Leonard show, but I actually did work experience on that
I have no idea
on
what
the
that
filming
is.
of that. You don't know what that is?
I don't know what it is either.
Is that a desert thing?
No, it was a TV show,
Desert thing.
and they filmed it in our town.
Lucky
So
what?
yeah, some desert thing.
It wasn't a desert thing, man.
Well, if it's
worldwide.
filmed in your
I've never-
town, it would be a
Yeah,
desert thing.
What's it called? Lucky what?
Lucky Leonard. It's based on
Never.
a book.
Lucky Len.
And what job were you doing? Were you just sort of
I was-
camera work?
No, I was
Oh,
working in the
TV
sound-
show.
Yeah, sound department.
Oh,
Oh, it's a children's TV series.
Yeah, it was a children's TV series.
well, that's interesting.
And Cameron, you know Cameron, who we played Gmod with.
I do know Cameron.
He played one of the main parts in it.
Cameron. Okay, what was he?
He was one of the bullies.
Cameron on
What's
the-
his name? Cameron
It's just a
Findlay?
fun fact. I didn't mean to go.
Is his name Cameron Findlay?
Finlay, yes.
Okay, found him
Yeah.
as Booth in series 1.
Booth.
Wow, you're a stalky.
He's quick. But yes,
on.
that was filmed in our town. 2 series.
Okay, which
there you
episode?
go.
Which episodes were you doing? which episodes? Come on.
I don't know what episodes they were.
Well,
I've
Okay,
Then-
moving on to my other jobs.
I've still got the call sheets for them too.
Oh,
So I can
yeah.
put the episode.
Pixar
I'll do
didn't
that later.
happen.
I'll find them later.
Oh yeah, right.
I know that the father guy. Anyway, so
Daddy.
what other jobs have I done? I used to teach tennis at our local tennis courts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't so much anymore, but I used to do holiday. They have, what are they called? Holiday clinics. And I used to coach tiny little kids, and it's so hard to be enthusiastic early in the morning. You like the exciting thing for the kids.
Because
But,
it's all like energetic. It doesn't matter what time of the day they wake up. It's just
It's crazy hard.
yeah.
Agree.
What else have I done? I'm trying to think. We did pizza deliveries last year. That was kind of fun. They were good people. Pizza delivery is actually a pretty fun job, like driving around crazily, delivering pizzas, going to some crazy places, like drug dealers and drunk dudes, and it's pretty fun. I never felt endangered, but it's fun.
Never felt endangered.
Funny story about that was my shift was 5 to 9, and I came back about 7:30 from a delivery, and my boss was inside. I'm like, "What's he doing there? He's never there." And they were closing up the shop, and I came in. I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, as of tomorrow, we're shutting down, so you don't have a job." And I'm just like,
Aren't they meant to give you 2 weeks' notice?
"Yeah, they are, but I don't think I was,
if they get.
I don't think I was
shut.
technically employed. They paid me in cash, and
You were
Illegal.
out of the system.
yeah, I think it was a bit of a dodgy thing. But yeah, they were good guys, and that was an interesting job. But at the moment, I just do resuscitation training with my dad.
I didn't
in
ask
trouble.
what you did now.
Well, that's what I'm telling you.
Do
I
we
don't
care?
Well,
Oh, good one,
Right, yeah.
Sherlock. You made him cry.
that was interesting. I just like finding things out about people. I like things like that. It's just my sort of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. I can appreciate that, but
Yeah, we'll actually put an annotation saying people that do not care about our lives. You know, skip
we should-
skip the next 10 minutes.
We should start a Cubecast counter for all the times Michael says something we don't care about.
Yeah, okay, we're what are we on, like 100 now?
or whenever I
105?
say radio. Radio. Let's move on.
Could make a drinking game out of it. Every time you say radio, you know,
Yeah.
take a shot.
Radio. I've got. Okay then. I've got a couple more topics, but I think we're running out of time. I've got a counter here, so I'm just going to save them. Yeah, I'm going to save them for next, and those topics for next thing, and just do some would you rather's to finish it off. We've got about 11 minutes to go until we hit the hour.
Oh,
that we
yeah?
aim at.
Oh, yeah?
I keep going back to this Lockie Leonard. Oh, that's Lockie Leonard, not Lucky Leonard.
I got the DVDs too.
Ah!
Anyway, that is kind of cool actually that your friend was. Yeah,
Go on.
I'm gonna hang that over his head now.
What's his name? Buffy?
Would you rather's?
Yeah.
Boof.
First one. Would you rather a really good movie be 2 hours long or 3 hours long?
2 hours. I really hate it when a good movie goes for too long.
Interesting. I also think
That's
2
one
hours
thing
is
about-
good.
That's one thing about a good movie is it ends at a good
Yeah.
point. Like, it doesn't go on too long.
I love Lord of the Rings. I think they're my favourite movies.
True. They're
ever.
pretty good. They're pretty good.
But they're such like a.
I like
it's such
Inception.
yeah, that's good as well. But they're such like an epic.
What the hell,
it's almost like
Sherlock?
What?
Randomly, like Inception.
Yeah, because that's a good movie, and it goes
It's a good movie.
it goes for the
Oh,
perfect
okay.
time. It
I
doesn't
thought we were talking about
It's a
long
pretty
movies
long
here.
movie. It's like a 2.5-hour movie, I think.
Oh, really?
Standard movies are about 2 to 2.5 hours long.
I reckon no. Standard movies about 1 hour 40.
Yeah. I'd have said like an hour and 30 minutes
reckon-
to 2 hours.
2 hours.
A-list movies are usually
Yeah, they're
2 hours unless
probably-
they're dodgy.
I'd have to say 3 hours. Like, if it's a really good movie, I'd like to know more about the story.
No. It would have to be a really grabbing movie for me to be able to... Like, see, me personally, like, I find it hard to sit down,
Yeah, but you're
like,
fussy.
sit still. No, I'm not fussy. I'm saying I find it hard to sit still for a certain time.
I watch all my movies. I'm in bed on my iPod, so I just sort of
You watch them on your iPod?
Doesn't it really get really annoying, like the small screen?
Yeah.
No, because if you have it like right up to your face, then it.
What?
It's
I
not
wish I had
getting
webcam on right now just to demonstrate what sausage would look like
That's
watching a movie.
sausage. That's why your eyes are bad, man.
off. Your eyes are worse than mine. You don't
I've
know
got glasses and I need a bigger screen. It doesn't make any sense, but shut up.
Next, would you rather is, would you rather be able to control your dreams or be able to watch your dreams on video the next day?
We haven't.
You're so old school.
Haven't we already asked this?
I thought you already asked that one before.
I don't think we have. Have we?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Oh.
It does sound familiar.
Sorry.
Michael,
I
are
prefer
you
to
double
control my
questioning
dreams.
us?
I will.
I'd like to control my dreams. That's my answer.
Yeah,
I can sort of already control my dreams.
See, I don't want to
Oh,
answer it in
think you're
case
better
I
than me?
answered it in another video.
I
but
do.
I don't know. I'd have to say, control. Definitely control my dreams.
Interesting.
I'm probably like contradicting myself now. In another video, I've probably said the opposite, and now I've just. I can see that happening. I'm gonna get called out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I'm trying to find another one here.
Come on!
Good preparation there.
Normally I have like a whole screen of them up.
I thought you were ready to do this.
Oh, that's so cheap, this one. Would you rather be in a loving relationship or receive $1,000? Like $1,000 isn't
Well,
that much.
here you go. If you choose who you're with, maybe they could give you $1,000.
But that's not the
That's-
question, damn it.
That's what a loving relationship is.
Yeah, they'd give you $1,000.
At the moment, I'm losing $1,000.
Why?
I'm in a loving relationship.
You're spending.
So I reckon maybe that's the same for her. Like, she's in a loving relationship and getting $1,000, but it's the
Yeah.
opposite for me. So, but I have to go a loving relationship just because, you know,
You have to, because you're already in one.
Because you've got them feels.
dem
Okay, here we go.
feels.
Would you rather be kidnapped by terrorists or abducted by aliens?
I'd rather be abducted by
Yeah.
terrorists as long as it's us,
No.
like 'cause in Gary's mod, because we're pretty funny terrorists. Let's be honest.
But then you die. With aliens, you just get
One of
anal
us dies.
probes.
As long as you don't walk up to Jack, you'll be right.
Oh, and Michael. I walk up to Michael and bam, headshot. You know, dead. But I'd have to go aliens because, you know, terrorists, you're gonna die.
Aliens are gonna like anal probe you.
At least you're alive.
I'd rather be put out of my misery than like anal probed for fucking
Yeah, but
hours.
you're, you know, fussy.
I'm sorry, I'm fussy about how I'd rather die.
And is Michael dead or?
I've got another one that sort of goes along with this.
Oh, you're alive.
Would you rather die painlessly but completely alone, or die very painfully but surrounded by everyone you love and all the attention in the world? I wouldn't want all the attention in the world on me while I'm dying.
Yeah.
That'd be really strange. Like everyone's just watching you die. Like I'm sure someone could step in and be like, you know, save you.
Yeah, but no.
Maybe.
Yeah, it depends how you were dying. Like if you're like stabbed in the face with a knife and they're all just standing there giving you heaps of attention. Are you okay?
And all
No.
of them are doctors.
Yeah. I don't know.
Michael, it's really lonely when you're not putting any contribution into this and you're too busy looking at
Well,
things.
I'm looking for the next question. I'm hoping you guys know what you're trying to
I'll
sort
find
out.
one then. Martin,
Look, we don't
talk
need
about,
two people.
Martin, talk about Half-Life 3.
No!
These are all really boring ones. Like I used to find really good ones really quickly.
Well, maybe you're just lame in your old age and you just need to take get off the computer and go outside once in a while.
Thank you for the life advice there, Martin. I'll take it to my soul.
Would you rather talk like Jar Jar Binks or look like Jar Jar Binks?
Well, like, as in identically or look
I don't
similar?
know. I'm just looking at.
Because if we're a human that looked like Jar Jar Binks but still human, that would be hideous.
No, I think like you looked like him, like you actually were him.
Well, everyone would. That'd be pretty cool.
I'd look like him. Do we get his ability to like jump really high and do 5,000 front flips and shit?
These ones are pretty good. Would you rather never have to worry about money or live in a world with Pokemon?
Oh, Pokemon!
Come on. Would you rather be sexually attracted to a fruit or have Cheetos dust permanently stuck on your fingers? Oh dear. Cheetos
So
dust,
bizarre. So
because you could just keep eating it.
Yeah, no, but what happens if like you can't actually eat it up? So like they're permanently stuck,
Yeah, I suppose.
and you try your hardest to like get it
Okay,
off.
maybe like because you can change your sexually attracted feelings. So
So like one day you're
Maybe.
sexually attracted to an apple, the next a banana, the next a
I
grape.
love this one. Live in a retirement home or live in a mental institute where everyone is hot. That's just such a bizarre scenario.
Who thinks of these?
Who knows? Very strange people.
They sound it. Is that all the time we have for today?
As in for the podcast.
Yeah.
We're,
the end of
we're about 57 minutes, so yeah, I'm really good.
I'd say we'd end it here so we don't bore our viewers by little, what ifs, and we're too like you guys are like, oh, this one's the good one. Oh no, I used to find really interesting ones. I'll do this one.
Right, yeah. Well, we'll call it an end there. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, Martin's the one that's meant to be finishing.
Oh, am I? Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Tune in for next time so we can have some more ers and ums when we do what ifs.
I'll be prepared next time. Don't worry.
Oh, you said that about this one.
Leave us some comments about what you want us to talk about, or
Also, yes, do that.
leave
Do
us
that.
a comment if you're actually still here.
We'll finish off with this one. This is one that I actually.
Oh, are you gonna and ah? It's okay.
Which one would you stop? 9/11 or the Holocaust?
I'd stop Sausage from reading out that question.
Yeah.
Rightio, guys. we will catch you later.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.